What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 8 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We're just kind of hopping into this one straight away, and once again, we are using my Players Cup team. I will include a link to the PokePaste, which, yeah, the team focuses on utilizing Calyrex, as well as Wheezing for some really cool synergies, taking advantage of the fact that as one isn't affected by neutralizing gas. So this first match, we have a Kyogre team with Kyogre, Incineroar, Talonflame, Sneasel with a Rillaboom and a Metagross. So I actually really like Calyrex and I think Tapu Lele just to prevent any sort of priority moves with a Wheezing, and then I think Regigigas is tempting, but I honestly like Thundurus more because it deals with it deals with a lot of their team really well. So what I'm hoping is my opponent will lead with Talonflame and Kyogre, expecting that they can safely get off a Tailwind, and then I can bring in Wheezing into their Kyogre, and then I can switch in Wheezing to stop their Talonflame from getting the speed boost. Okay, so they're gonna actually lead Wheezing Sneasel. So, not Wheezing Sneasel. They're leading Kyogre Sneasel. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Wheezing. Um, hmm. I don't know too much about what Sneasel can do, which makes this tricky. I feel comfortable just going for a double attack. Yeah, I feel safe going for just Astro Barrage with a Dazzling Gleam. Because they don't have Tailwind. Oh, their Choice Scarf. Oh, okay. So Choice Scarf, Icy Wind. Very well played. So, I think Calyrex should still be faster. Yeah, okay, so Lele is faster, which means I'm still gonna outspeed their Kyogre with Calyrex, which is huge, because now I can, safely Astral Barrage. Hopefully they went for Water Spout, expecting to outspeed, or, I guess it doesn't matter, because Kyogre went down. But yeah, this is really just a good example of Calyrex steamrolling, and Kyogre just went down after one Astro Barrage, and now, they bring out Metagross, but I do have a +1 Calyrex, and they can't go for any sort of intimidate, or not intimidate, it's any sort of fake out because of Tapu Lele, so I can get a lot of pressure with Tapu Lele, and I feel pretty safe just clicking. I mean, yeah, I have to click into the same moves because of the fact that my team is choiced. But this shows just how strong they are, and like looking into a Metagross, even if it maxes, that isn't the end of the world because I do have Thundurus in the back, and I'll be able to do such a large chip into this Metagross that it'll be pretty hard for my opponent to really come back from it because it's a +1 Astral Barrage into Metagross. Even if it's weakness policy, it's not the worst thing. Um, Assault Vest, even Assault Vest, it actually does look like it is Assault Vest, given how little that Dazzling Gleam did. Wow, Metagross just goes down, so we don't even know the item, but I picked Calyrex because it just steamrolls, and there's a point where if you don't have a good answer for it, there's really nothing you can do, and that's what happened to my opponent, where they couldn't deal with it quick enough, and now it really shows because hey, they just got, basically they were in a corner the whole time, and they have I think at this point it's just bring out Thundurus cleans up because Lele, no, Thundurus goes first, and then between Thundurus and Lele, like there's nothing they can do at this point. So great start, and really highlighting what this team does in terms of just raw power and the ability to steamroll. And if you don't have an answer for either Calyrex, really, I think both Calyrexes are incredible in their own right. But I think what makes Ghost Rider particularly scary is the fact that it's so fast. So it's like with the other one, yeah, you can set up Trick Room and then go for it, but here I can just immediately snowball. So good first game, and yeah, let's just keep snowballing along and move to the second one. All right, game number 2, and once again, it is a Kyogre team. It is Zapdos, Kyogre, Ferrothorn, Raichu, Tapu Lele, and Slurpuff. So I honestly feel really comfortable with definitely Tapu Lele, Calyrex. Weezing. I like Weezing. Yeah, Weezing I think can really do some damage, and then probably Regigigas. I think Regigigas is better. Blastoise, because of the Ferrothorn and all the electric types, isn't really going to do much. Thundurus, similarly, yeah, there's a lot of electric types, and you have to worry about Raichu. So I'm going to go with Regigigas as the fourth, which also is like another, I think, really cool advantage of this team is that you have access to Regigigas, and the power of the two of them it puts on so much pressure, and not only offensively but also like Regigigas is so bulky defensively, and there have been a lot of games where even with Regigigas under its slow start mode, like it still can do a lot strictly because of the fact that opponents don't always have a sufficient amount of damage output, or they stop worrying about it, and then hey, if you can stall the game out long enough, which this team has the ability, like I've had it come back from a slow start, which is huge, and I think not something you see every day, and I think like the two synergize really well. Okay, so we're gonna see a Raichu with Ferrothorn, and so my immediate thing is just break Sash on Raichu and try and do as much damage to Ferrothorn as possible, because an Astral Barrage with Specs does about 60%, or it should on average. So Astral Barrage here, and then Dazzling Gleam for just additional chip and to break a Sash on Raichu. And then, yeah, because they can't fake out, and even if they could, Calyrex is immune, so this is a pretty good position. Ferrothorn really cannot do much into Calyrex because it's special, so it doesn't have to worry about Iron Barbs, and the fact that Ferrothorn normally attacks with Body Press, and obviously being Ghost makes me immune. There obviously is the fear of something like Gyro Ball, but that is fairly uncommon. So yeah, let's see. They're gonna go for Fake Out into the Psychic Surge or Psychic Terrain, which I don't know. I guess they just missed that. But we do safely get off the Astro Barrage. That's gonna take out the Raichu and do a sizable chunk into Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is almost dead at this point, and that gives me the attack raise, or not the attack raise, the special attack raise. So, yep, gets the Leech Seed off into Tapu Lele, which honestly I'm fine to switch out Lele at this point, because Lele did its job. It was literally just to break Sash and set up the terrain, and Calyrex is more than capable of finishing Ferrothorn with ease at this point. What the fear is, they have another Pokemon with Sash, but I feel like Raichu is such an obvious choice for Sash when you look at their team. Kyogre shouldn't be able to take a +1 at this point. It could max. Yeah, Kyogre would have to max, but maybe Slurpuff, but I still think Astro Barrage with Ferrothorn's most likely gonna protect, which I could also max Lele. Does that accomplish it? No. I think it just makes sense to continue doing what I'm doing. Yeah, they have to max Kyogre, which is fine. They're most likely, they're probably definitely going to hit into the Calyrex slot. And so then what I can do from there is if they do that is that's a free switch in to Regigigas. Regigigas then pivot out Lele into Weezing, Max Strike. Yep. The protect is really obvious. I probably could have switched out, but I didn't want to risk Weezing or Gigas taking damage. But Tapu Lele, wow, that did nothing to Kyogre. Is it Assault Vest? That Kyogre has to be Assault Vest. There's no other scenario where it would do that little. Yeah. That, I mean, am I going to see, unless I see a Life Orb. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky because Ferrothorn is gaining a decent amount of HP back, but I think switching it to Weezing will let me kind of, switching it to Weezing is good because then I can taunt it, which will stop it from going for any sort of subsequent Leech Seeds, and then I can honestly pivot around the fact that it has Leech Seed. So let's just Max Strike into Kyogre and then swap out to Weezing. Weezing does have Sash, so there's no way they can take it out because I don't think you would want to risk dividing your damage like that between both Gigas and Weezing. I mean, what am I saying? No, you probably want to focus into Gigas because if you're single targeting Weezing, that's really bad. I mean, unless Kyogre lives, but I can't see it living a Max Strike from Regigigas with Life Orb. Like, there's no way. Unless, I mean, this Kyogre could be just incredibly bulky. Yep, so Max Strike, I'm pretty sure they're Assault Vest. So they don't have Max Guard. This, takes out the Kyogre, and then I should safely be able to taunt into the Ferrothorn next turn to stop it from setting up, because is it going to Leech Seed? Iron Defense, yeah. I can just taunt it to stop it from getting too set up, and then I can also burn it, which will just get significant chip onto it. So I'm gonna I'll probably go for taunt next turn, and then because I also do need damage into their Ferrothorn. So I'm going to Max Strike into Lele, and then I'm going to just taunt into Ferrothorn. This is a little bit risky because it is it has recovered so much HP from being in the red back to green. But I do... Okay, so Lele is going to protect. Let's see. Ferrothorn is going to double... Okay, good. They're going to... Or not good. They're going to double protect, which I think is a very smart play, because now they're just continuing to let their Ferrothorn build up its HP. This is going to give Lele another turn to do some damage, and now I only have one turn of max left to play with. And so, I'm trying to think. I'm honestly tempted to not taunt the... I could Max Quake. I'm actually not worried about Tapu Lele because I have my own Tapu Lele in the back. So even if it comes down to it, I can just Shadow Ball into their Tapu Lele with mine, and that'll take it out. So let's just get... Oh, that's so close to finishing it off. Critical hit. Oh, that's why. I mean, I'll take it. Let's see. So now Weezing can safely get off a taunt into the Ferrothorn, which will force it to attack. But that's good because that limits the amount of recovery. Psychic from the Lele. Very good call. Yeah. Straight into Weezing. Probably double up into Weezing. I would think so. Yep. Okay, so Life Orb on the Lele. Yep, double up into the Weezing. Weezing's going to go down, but their Ferrothorn is so low at this point. I think, yeah, I think I can safely target into their Lele with mine, and then Shadow Ball's a little risky. I don't know. Like, I know Shadow Ball can definitely take out their Lele, but what I'm afraid of is if it doesn't, because they have to go for Body Press this turn, and my Gigas outspeeds their Ferrothorn. I mean, I think it should be safe just to high horsepower here, and then Moonblast. Yeah, Moonblast should. There's no. I can't see a world in which Moonblast doesn't knock out Lele at this range. But I mean, if it does, I'm in a really bad spot. Because then, yeah, like this needs to take it out. Which, okay, it does. And then I should be able to, yep, get the high horsepower. It connects. And this should take out Ferrothorn. Oh, it does not take out Ferrothorn. That's a little unfortunate. Body Press is going to go into Regigigas. It's going to take out Regigigas. Yep, okay, so now $1,000,000 question of can I knock out Ferrothorn in the red with Tapu Lele? This is a Moonblast. So, yeah, 1v1. Let's see. Moonblast, it is not very effective, but it is stab. And yeah, I mean, I have to hope that this is enough. Yeah, this is a little bit more down to the wire than I would have liked. I would have hoped that I would have been able to knock it out with. Okay, thank God. Sorry, my heart kind of paused as I was looking at that damage. Cool, nice. Yeah, this was a lot of playing around and also like talking about how Regigigas still is, I think, capable of doing stuff with slow start, and I think it can be a little hard to like really understand. Like that was something that was really hard for me to understand, is that Regigigas like functions beyond just a wheezing partner. Like it can still do some decent damage. It can still be a nuisance for your opponent. Yeah, the damage output is kind of terrible at times, but like it's not completely as irrelevant as I thought. But yeah, we're doing real well, and we're kind of sweeping through a lot of teams. So let's just keep it going. All right, battle number 3, and once again it is a Kyogre team. So it is Kyogre, Tornadus, Regieleki, Landorus, Tapu Lele, and Darmanitan. So, I mean, Calyrex Lele once again seems like the way to go. The only fear is, what am I thinking? The only fear is Regieleki. So, what is it? I could mix it up. I could do Blastoise. The main issue though is that Blastoise can't one-shot Regieleki, and the speed boost. I mean, do you bring Regieleki? I feel like, yeah, you do bring Regieleki. Let's do Calyrex, Lele, Thundurus, Blastoise in the back. I think that makes the most sense. And there, I think, yeah, and then potentially Max Blastoise? No, that's silly. I mean, Cannonade is tempting, but at the same time, like, because of Kyogre, I don't really want to go for... Oh, I didn't bring Weezing. Oh, that's bad. I totally wasn't even... No, that was a mistake. Yep, because there's Tornogre. So this... Oh, that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. That was a really bad mistake. Okay. How... Yeah, 'cause this was actually... This was... Okay. Yeah, that was such an easy read. I don't know why I was so worried about Regieleki. I think I have to double switch. to Thunderous Blastoise. And then, oh yeah, that was such a bad, oh, that was such an easy read. I think I just got cocky and wanted to show off the rest of the team. Yeah, oh, Blastoise was such a bad call. All right, well, we're gonna play catch up, and we've been doing really well, so it's fine if I completely blew it, because it's always important to stay humble. So, yep, there's the easy tailwind water spout. Oh wow, yeah, that did way too much into Thunderous. So what I have to do is I can fake out into Kyogre and hope that they target Kyogre with, or not Kyogre, they target Thunderous with or wait, no, sorry, what am I saying? I need to fake out into Kyogre and have their Tornadus target my Blastoise. They could taunt it. Like, it is a little awkward to max at 24 HP, but I mean, that Kyogre. Oh, there's Psychic Terrain that I set up. Yeah, no, this is game. Oops. This was a very easy, definitely a very easy win that I just completely blew. Yep. Yeah, there's no hope at this point. I just, yeah, I got a little cocky, and that's fine. there's really nothing else to say at this point other than, yeah, that was, yeah. Wheezing, if I had brought Wheezing instead, this would have easily been a game in my favor. But yeah, I think bringing Blastoise was a mistake, or I should have led with Blastoise Thundurus. And I don't know why. Yeah, I don't even know why I picked to do it the other way. That was there was no world in which not having Wheezing and doing that lead was smart. Oh well, that one was also quick. All these are super quick, so let's just keep chugging along. All right, game number 4, and this is a Dialga team. So it's Dialga, Grimmsnarl, with Rotom, Urshifu, Rillaboom, and Tapu Fini. I mean, Weezing Gigas just feels so strong, especially because of the fact that I do have access to Max Quake, which can really play a significant role. I like Calyrex. Calyrex I think is situational. It does well into parts of the team and also not well into others, but they don't have a good Trick Room option, so this isn't the worst. Blastoise is tempting. Blastoise I think has the ability to get off a couple good water spouts. The fear obviously is Rillaboom. Thundurus actually, yeah, let's go with Thundurus. I think even if Thundurus doesn't max, it still deals with a good amount of their team, and it resists most of Dialga's stabs and has an Assault Vest, so in the chance that Dialga happens to have weakness policy, I have a way to deal with it, quote unquote, in the back. So they're going to go with Dialga and Grimmsnarl. So that's actually really good because I can stop them from setting up screens because my Weezing is faster than them. So this is a really risky play, but I'm going to taunt the Grimmsnarl and I'm going to Max Quake the Dialga. This is super risky because if they double up into Weezing if they Spirit Break and then go for like a max move into it, Max Dragon most likely, then I'll be in a pretty bad place. But I think the fact that I will be able to get the Max Quake off first is going to be really beneficial. And then even if Weezing, yeah, I think they're going to probably max Dragon into Weezing. That's what I would expect. So they're going to max Dialga. And then what? Weezing can protect. Well, protecting is pointless because they're going to just hit through it with a max move. So I think then I could max strike and then try and deal more damage into Grimmsnarl. Let's see. So we're going to get the max Quake off. Hopefully this will do over half. It's going to do, yep, over half. So my big fear is if they predicted the taunt or if they go for max Steel Spike. But they do go into Regigigas, which is really nice, and they're most likely Life Orb, if that's the case. They are, yep. So we do see the Life Orb. We're going to get the taunt off into Grimmsnarl, and I'm hoping Grimmsnarl is going for something. Oh, it's going for Fake Tears. Nice. So I'm going to Clear Smog the Grimmsnarl just to get some damage onto it, and then just go for a max Quake into Dialga to just reduce the amount of damage Dialga is doing. And this way, this will guarantee that, I mean, they could double up. I think they'd have to double up into Weezing this turn, but even then Dialga would be so low, and so would Grimmsnarl. Okay, so they're just going to switch, which, yeah, I think a very good switch on their part, into Urshifu, which is, yep, a very, very scary option. We are able to... Oh, is that a crit? I'm guessing that was a crit. Wow, it wasn't. So Dialga goes down, which puts us in a really, really good position because Weezing can easily beat, can beat their Grimmsnarl. We do get the Clear Smog off, which will break any sort of sash on Urshifu, so that's not something we have to worry about anymore. And then, yeah, they have Grimmsnarl and one other thing left, and they have Rillaboom. So I guess Clear Smog the Rillaboom, and then max Strike into Urshifu, because that'll knock out Urshifu. Oh, they're gonna fake. Oh, that's fine. Because max Strike will go first. I'll knock out their Urshifu, and then I can Ice Punch into Rillaboom, and then taunt the Grimmsnarl. And yeah, because Rillaboom won't be able to go for Grassy Glide, and then I think once Grimmsnarl is taunted, it should be, yeah, because I'm just like afraid of if that sets up screens and gives like Rillaboom a chance to really go off. Like, I don't want that, so I think always play it safe. So I'm gonna Ice Punch here. Okay, cool. So they're just gonna run. Not too much. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it with 4. I know this was a little bit of a short episode, but I mean, all of the games were super fast. Let's see what their team was. So they had a Life Orb Dialga, yep, with pretty standard set. Shocked they didn't go for Draco Meteor, though. I think that might have been the better play. Grimmsnarl, max special defense. Yeah, very much focused on supporting that Dialga. Then we see Rotom, Urshifu, cool, and then, yeah, Rillaboom, nice. And the Rillaboom did not have Sash. So yeah, wrap it up here. We'll do one more with this team, and then we'll finally have to change up my intro as we start talking about Series 9.